Rest of the questions are further qualifying that question. Okay. His primary question is the first question which he asked. What is that? That people are actually wanting happiness, but instead of getting happiness, they are getting misery. Okay. So how can we remedy that situation? This is his prime question. Rest of all questions are further qualifying that question. Because what is the straightforward answer to that? What is the straightforward answer to that question?
Devotion.
No. The straightforward answer to the question is that you do prescribed duty. Varnashrama is meant for that. That's a straightforward answer to the question. Do prescribed duty. So therefore he further qualified his question by saying that don't give me that answer. I have heard enough about prescribed duties from Vyasadeva. I have heard about it enough. I want this answer specifically on the premise of understanding why Krishna comes, why Krishna has created, what are his activities, and what Krishna is doing in creation, maintenance and annihilation. So he said that I want answer to this question with reference to these parameters. Not the regular parameter that you go and do your prescribed duty, become Brahmana, Vatya, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Shudra, do your duty and then slowly, Varnashma, Charavata, Pumsam, Vishnu, Rarya, Aditya, Param. I don't want that kind of answer. I want answer in specific relation to, who is that? You want something?
No, he just wanted to see what's happening.
Oh.
He wants to make Prabhu, that's it?
So he said, I want answer with reference to this premise. So he defined the premise in which he wants the answer. In relation to which premise? In relation to the activities of Krishna in the subject matter of creation, maintenance and annihilation. Okay. So then Maitreya actually explained how the creative process is happening. All this, how the creation, the primary explanation of creation he gave. And he came up to the point of the creation of demigods. And then what happened with the demigods?
Disharmony. Disharmony, unable to create.
They are unable to go further with the function of creation. Okay? So then what did they do?
They prayed to the Lord to
They actually offered wonderful prayers. They offered excellent prayers to Krishna. And what is the essential message of the prayer?
Empowerment.
The essential message of the prayer is surrender. They actually identified themselves with Krishna. They said, "Oh my Lord, we are yours." They said, "We are yours." They identified themselves with Krishna. And they took shelter at Krishna's lotus feet. And Krishna's lotus feet was compared to what?
Umbrella.
Umbrella, Atapatram. It was compared to umbrella. And there was very beautiful prayers. And then Krishna actually entered into the creation as Vishnu, along with his energy Kali, Kala and Kali, both of them entered. And then the whole creative process took place. And then there was a description of
Virat.
universal form.
Yes.
Correct? Okay. So that is how many universal forms you have seen till now?
4.
4.
Three.
How many universal forms you have seen till now?
3 only. 3, 4.
What is the first? Where do you see the first universal form?
2.5.
You go to the name.
Oh. Second chapter of the first and second chapter of second canto.
First chapter of second canto, you saw the first universal form. Okay. So what was the question? Why was that universal form described? Parishit asked one question, specific question. In reply to that question, Sukadeva Goswami described the universal form. What was Parishit's question?
What is what a man should do at the time of dying? No?
How should one
This is
worship?
end of first canto, he asked that question. In the beginning of second canto, he asked a different question. In the first chapter, second canto, first chapter, he asked a different question. You know what is the question? You know what is the question?
What we should remember?
No, no, no.
I don't want to guess, that's the
Guess, no problem. We are not in some court that people will put you to jail for giving wrong answer.
So you're asking why the universal form came into...
Why? See, he actually, Parikshit asked one question. In reply to that question, then Sukadeva Goswami described the universal form.
Was it in relation to the different destinations of...
No. Parikshit asked question that how to remove the dirty things in the heart of human being.
Yes, second category.
Purushasya mano malam.
Yes.
You search for mano malam.
Yes, bro.
It will be there. Mano malam. How to remove the dirty things in the heart of a man? He asked. In reply to that question, Sukadeva Goswami said that a guy should do all his prescribed duty throughout the day, and then evening he should sit and meditate on the universal form. And how the universal form was described?
Different, like water, like bodies, different hairs, seasons, like that.
Who is that?
That probably from the
Water.
kitchen. Water.
Kone hai? Just open the door. Okay. Enough. Enough.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. So he asked how to remove the dirty things from the heart of a human being. So in reply, he said that you meditate on the universal form in the evening time, and he described the universal form in such a way that everything we see is actually the part of the universal form. Like the sun is the eyes, the moon is the mind, the different vegetations or the bodily hair, the cloud is the hair of the universal form, the rivers are the veins of the universal form, the mountains are the bones of the universal form. Like that, he explained every aspect we see became part of the universal form. So why did he explain like that? What is the significance of that explanation of the universal form?
To remember Krishna.
Yeah. So everything we see.
Connect.
That is a common answer.
Different.
So when you remember Krishna, all the things that are dirty, that will be, Krishna himself removes it.
Now, what is the dirty thing in the heart?
The desire to enjoy, separate of Krishna.
Correct. So, due to the desire to enjoy, the person sees everything as meant for his enjoyment. Okay? So, Sukadeva Goswami told that he should actually meditate. All these things are not meant for his enjoyment. These things are parts of universal form, Krishna's form. So, what is the result of that meditation? First of all, you will understand that these things don't belong to me. It's not meant for my enjoyment. Second of all, you will understand I am not independent enjoyer. I am dependent on Krishna, on the universal form for my supplies. Whatever I am getting, I am actually getting from universal form. I am getting nice vegetable, but that is coming from the bodily hair of the universal form. I am getting water, but that is coming from the veins of the universal form. So everything is going to come from Krishna. So he understands that he is a dependent enjoyer. He is not an independent enjoyer. And
What is the first thing?
huh?
What is the first thing?
No, whatever is there, everything. Like like I said, like vegetables. Vegetables are coming from the bodily hair of Krishna.
Part of Virat Roop.
This is the second reason.
Everything is a part of Virat Roop and we are dependent in it.
It is not independently available. It's not independently available for my enjoyment. It is part of the Virat Roop, and I am a dependent enjoyer. Okay. So the first Virat Rupa makes us understand that everything is Krishna, energy of Krishna. There is a second description of Virat Rupa. What is the emphasis on the second description of Virat Rupa? The first Virat Rupa emphasis that Krishna is a person, because we see the Virat Rupa as a form of a person, that everything is there, hands are there, legs are there, everything is there. And then this whole thing actually belongs to that person. He is the owner of everything. I am a dependent enjoyer. So this is the emphasis of first Virat Rupa. What is the emphasis of second Virat Rupa? The emphasis of second Virat Rupa is Krishna's origin of everything. He is not only the owner, but he is also the origin. Because when Brahma wanted to do sacrifice, then he did not have the ingredients of sacrifice. So he got all the ingredients of sacrifice from the Virat Rupa. That's how the Purusha Sukta confirmed was explained. That Krishna is not only the owner of everything, but he is also the origin of everything. That is the emphasis of second Virat Rupa. What is the emphasis of third Virat Rupa?
Everything comes from 10th chapter.
The emphasis of the third Virat Rupa is that unless Krishna allows, the living entity cannot fulfill his desire. If you see the third Virat Rupa, the explanation will be like this. Krishna, the Purusha desired to taste, then the taste appeared. The Purusha desired to see, then the eyes appeared. The Purusha desired to smell, then the nose appeared. So, the desire of the living entity is, unless Krishna fulfills the living entity's desire, the living entity is not independent in the matter of fulfilling his own desire. This is the emphasis of the third Virat Rupa. What is the emphasis of the fourth Virat Rupa? Without Krishna's intervention, creation cannot proceed. Okay, so we saw all Virat Rupas which have their specific purpose. It's not that Virat Rupa, these people don't have any other subject matter. Now we run out of subject matter, now what to do? Let us keep discussing Virat Rupa and then let us while off some time. It's not like that. Every description of Virat Rupa has a separate emphasis. Okay, and they are meant for a specific purpose with a separate emphasis. Okay. So then the description of Virat Rupa came. Then after that, the whole questions which he asked, Vidura asked Maitreya, very important questions regarding the position of Jiva, position of God, the nature of conditioning, the means of liberation, all these things he asked. So, what was the example which Maitreya gave for explaining the suffering of the living entity? He gave a very nice example.
In dream man is cutting off head.
Yeah, a person sees his head cut off in a dream and then he suffers. Can you see your head cut off? No. Only in dream you can see. No other way you can see, because your head is cut off, you will die. So therefore he said that this whole suffering is simply illusion. There is no reality to it. But the reality is there because he is in ignorance. As long as he is in ignorance, then the reality exists. Then how that ignorance will go away? What is Maitreya's formula for removing that ignorance?
Taking shelter. Bhakti.
Savai nivritti dharmena vasudeva anukampaya bhagavad bhakti yogena tirodatte sanariha, he said. Practicing devotional service with the foundation of knowledge and detachment. Savai nivritti dharmena vasudeva anukampaya bhagavad bhakti yogena tirodatte sanariha. And then he said, Asesha Sanklesha Samam Vidatte Gunanuvada Shravanam Murare Kimva Punatta Charanaravinda Paraga Seva Ratiratmalabdha. So he said that that which starts as devotion in regulation, it will end with Atmarati, Raga Bhakti. So Prabhupada also discussed the progression of Bhakti. Then it went on to discuss the appearance of Brahma. And Brahma appeared and then he did a lot of penance, okay, and then finally he saw the Lord. So he saw the Lord and then he made two comparisons to the Lord. What is the first comparison he made to the Lord? Lord's form is compared to
Coral mountain.
Coral Mountain. Lord's form is compared to Coral Mountain. Then one more comparison. Lord's form is compared to what? Two comparisons were there. Lord's form was compared to Coral Mountain one. Second one?
Sandalwood.
Yes.
Yes.
Lord's form is compared to sandalwood tree.
Yes.
A sandalwood tree. Lord's form was compared to Coral Mountain. Lord's form was compared to sandalwood tree. So how did the Lord reciprocate with Brahma? What did he do?
He gave him the knowledge, required knowledge, and then Brahma could see within the heart the Supreme Lord.
That's
Is
it? He didn't do anything else?
He, is it the part where he shakes his hand? Oh, no, not here.
When did he shake hand?
Second canto.
In second canto he shake hand.
Shake hand.
Here, nothing happened. Brahma went in searching, turned in four directions.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
He wrote the Brahma Samhita.
Nothing happened. The Lord raised his lotus feet.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
and
yes,
showed
yes.
his
I'm sure,
shining toes and nails and all
Nails,
that.
show and-
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yes, no, nothing happened.
How nothing can happen? The Lord raised his lotus feet and then he showed his beautiful lotus feet to Brahma. And Brahma saw Lord's lotus feet. And now Brahma is offering second installment prayers. He offered his first installment prayers already. That is, he offered before his first installment prayers. Now he is seeing the Lord and he is offering second installment prayers. Okay, let's read. Text 9.1. Brahmavacha Jnatosasmi diya suchirannanudeha bhajam na jayante bhagavato gatir iti avadyam nanyattvadasti bhagavannapi tanna suddham maya gunavyatikarat yad urur vibhasi. Okay, read translation. Do you have an order? Just go this order. Whatever is this order, just go this order. Just rotate like this. Okay.
Lord Brahma said, O my Lord, today after many years of penance, I have come to know about you. Oh, how unfortunate the embodied living entities are that they are unable to know your personality. My Lord, you are the only knowable object because there is nothing supreme beyond yourself. If there is anything supposedly superior to you, it is not absolute. You exist as the supreme by exhibiting the creative energy of matter.
Okay. So many things he told in one sloka. So he made so many points in one sloka. What is the first point we learn from Brahma's statement?
To understand the Lord, one has to do penance.
Yes. Without penance, one cannot understand the Supreme Lord. Means, without showing voluntary effort to give up the enjoying mentality and accepting Lord's supremacy, one cannot understand the Lord. This is called penance. What is penance? Penance simply is voluntarily giving up the enjoying mentality and accepting the Lord's supremacy and requesting the Lord, please let me know you. Without penance, we cannot understand Krishna. First point. What is second point we can know from this?
The unfortunate situation of living entity.
Yeah, those who don't undergo this penance, they are unfortunate. In this material world, people are thinking, these ISKCON fellows, they are very unfortunate. They don't know how to enjoy life. They are sitting and chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. They don't know there is so much enjoyment in this world. There are different places of enjoyment. There is unlimited variety of enjoyment. In different place, different type of enjoyment. And instead of endeavoring to go through all this enjoyment, these unfortunate fellows, they are sitting and chanting Hare Krishna. But what Brahma is saying, who is unfortunate?
Those who are running.
Those who do not undertake this penance to understand Krishna, yes, they are unfortunate. They are unfortunate. Okay? What is the third point you understand from this?
The objective that has to be understood or to be known is only Krishna.
Correct. Okay.
There is nothing.
Beyond Krishna. Krishna is absolute.
Yeah, there are people, so he's talking about second unfortunate people. The first unfortunate people is those who don't care for understanding the supreme absolute truth. Okay. This first category of unfortunate people. The second category of unfortunate people who actually understand that there should be a supreme absolute truth. But their unfortunate nature is that they don't recognize Krishna as the supreme absolute truth, and they are looking for supreme absolute truth other than Krishna. They are the second category of unfortunate people.
Supreme absolute truth other than Krishna.
Yeah. There are 5 types of philosophers who all of them are understanding that there should be supreme absolute truth. And all these 5 types of philosophers are looking for the supreme absolute truth outside Krishna.
Krishna. Who are those?
The Sankhya-vadis,
The Gautam, the Kanam.
the Sankhya-vadis, the Nyaya-vadis, the Yoga-vadis, the Mimamsa-vadis, and the Vaisheshika-vadis. These are 5 types of philosophers who understand that there is an existence of supreme absolute truth. But they don't accept Krishna as the supreme absolute truth. They are simply trying to find the supreme absolute truth outside Krishna. So they are also unfortunate. They are also unfortunate. If there is anything supposedly superior to you, it is not absolute. It's not absolute. It refers to others who are actually trying to find absolute truth outside Krishna. Okay. So then the question comes, why do you say that Krishna is absolute truth? Why do you say that Krishna is absolute truth? One may ask this question, and then Brahma answers that question in the second shloka. Rupam etad avabodharasodayena saswan nivrittattamasat sat anugrahaya ado grihitam avatara shataika bhijam yannabi padma bhavanat aham avirasam. So, this form, please read the translation. Please read the translation.
The form which I see is eternally fled from material contamination and has advented to show mercy to the devotees as a manifestation of internal potency. This incarnation is the origin of many other incarnations, and I am born from the lotus flower grown from your navel home.
Therefore, Krishna is supreme absolute truth. He has a form, Rupam. I also have a form. What is the problem? He has a form, I have a form. But there's a difference between my form and Krishna's form. What is the difference? It has come from avabodharasa. Avabodharasa. Avabodharasa means internal potency. So what? Where did it come from internal potency? What is the big deal? The big deal is that it is Shasvat Nivritta Tamasaha. It is eternally free from ignorance. Nivritta Tamasaha. And Shasvat Nivritta Tamasaha. It is eternally free from ignorance. Means there is no chance of that form falling into ignorance. Shasvat Nivritta Tamasaha. Okay, fine. Why did that form? Why the form is there? The form is there only for one purpose. What is that? Sad Anugrahaya. Sad Anugrahaya. For the sake of creating auspiciousness to devotees. And this is the original form. Ado Grihitam, this is the original form. And this form is also the source of many other transcendental forms which are going to appear throughout the creation. Throughout the day of Brahma, many transcendental forms are going to appear. And he is the origin of all those forms, Avatara Shataika Bijam. And he, Brahma, he himself is actually coming from that form. So, he has nicely described that form, the nature of that form. And he is further describing that form. Nata param paramayat bhavata swarupam anandamatram avikalpam aviddavarchaha pashyami vishwascha jamekam vishwamatman bhutendriyatmakam adastat upashritosmi. Very, very beautifully he is explaining. And Prabhupada has given lecture on this particular shloka. And then he said, this is one good shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's one nice shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam. Even though these Brahma's prayers, they are not meant for your memorization. But if you have a penchant for learning shlokas, these prayers are very good for learning. Very, very good for learning. The meter is very nice. The pronunciations are very rhythmic. It's very nice. It's very wonderful set of slokas. Okay, please read.
O my Lord, I do not see a form superior to your present form of eternal bliss and knowledge. In your impersonal Brahman effulgence in the spiritual sky, there is no occasional change and no deterioration of internal potency. I surrender unto you because whereas I am proud of my material body and senses, your Lordship is the cause of the cosmic manifestation, and yet you are untouched by matter.
So you are the cause of cosmic manifestation, and yet you are untouched by matter. So this has been described in Bhagavad Gita in the 9th chapter by Krishna as Yogamaishwaram. He said, Pashyami Yogamaishwaram. Krishna speaks in 9th chapter that, this material nature is in me, but I am not in them. So he speaks like a riddle. He speaks like a riddle in the beginning of 9th chapter. And then he tells Arjuna, Pashyami Yogamaishwaram. That you please see my inconceivable opulence. Although I am the very origin and I am the maintainer of this entire cosmic manifestation, yet I am not in them. So that's what is explained here. He is the cause of the cosmic manifestation, but he is untouched by matter. So, what is this? What is the nature of all these forms? Why they are so glorified? That is explained in the fourth sloka. Tadva idam bhuvana mangala mangalaya dhyane smano darshitam tat upasakanam tasmai namo bhagavate anuvidhe matubhyam yanadrito naraka bhagbir asat prasangai. So one who understands the nature of these auspicious forms, their life become auspicious. And those who don't understand, they simply become candidates to go to hell. Okay, please read next translation.
This present form or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is equally auspicious for all the universes. Since you have manifested this internal personal form upon whom your devotee meditate, I therefore offer my respectful obeisance unto you. Those who are the destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating of material topic.
Yeah, so they make many different speculations and then they become candidates to go to hellish planet. Etu tvadiya charanam bhujakosha jihranti karna vivare shrutivataneetam bhaktya grahita charana paraya chatesham napaisi nata hridayam bruhat swapumsam. So how to see this form? How to see this form? So this form has to be seen and this has to be experienced through the years. So please read, very beautiful translation. Please read.
O my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet, carried by the herb of the Vedic song through the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts.
You see, for them you are never separated from the lotus of the heart. So these are the people who understand that Krishna is a lover who never leaves. They understand this point. And how do they spell the aroma of Krishna's lotus